All right, techs and techies, ladies and gentlemen, the day we've all been waiting for, right? To actually replace the LEDs in this Sony 60-inch KD-60X690E TV set. And I'm noticing that you guys have been leaving dislikes on my video. I know why on the last videos, because I didn't actually change the LEDs in the video. But unfortunately, when I upload videos to YouTube in 4K, if the video is over like 50 minutes or 55 minutes, then YouTube won't let me upload. I don't know if it's because of my editor, because of my computer or camera. I don't know what it is. The first video, we actually did some checks on the TV to determine that it was the LEDs that was causing the TV to shut down and give the 6 blinks. Okay, a 6 blink code error. All right, and so the main thing about that video is that if you didn't get it, is that when the TV goes into the blink code, you know, after you turn it on and the TV does not power on and it starts blinking, it does give you an opportunity to make some checks, because the light when you first turn the TV set on, all right, or if you like reboot it or whatever, or turn it on, the light, it turns green like it's gonna come on before it goes into the blink codes, and that gives you an opportunity to check the B+ voltage for the LEDs, the backlight on pin, the power supply on, the 12-volt rail, the backlight error. So that goes for any Sony TV. Okay, I mean the older ones, the LCD backlit ones, I remember I used to troubleshoot them, and there was always that one board for the inverter, right? It's right, that was getting the messed up voltage. We are going to actually change the LED strips. All right, and so if I'm looking real good, okay, this is like the first time that I've actually put strips in this model TV. The first thing we have to do is clear the outer bezel, which is the black bezel on the outside, so we can actually pull the screen out, right? Disconnect my dropper board from right here because it looks easier, and that way I don't have to worry about that as far as any voltage going through here when I fire the TV set up before I reassemble it back and shorten out these wires to the metal or anything like that. And we need to get rid of this. This is where our standby light is, the light that actually turns from green to red to here. Okay, so this is on the outer bezel, so I need to clear this or take this off. Now I would actually like to take this whole thing off, but I don't want to break it. And the reason why I want to take this whole thing off is because when I go to flip the TV, around, I might forget and flip it around on this side, and this might actually break. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to disconnect this button or PC board assembly from right here. That slides right out. Okay, and then I'm going to there's a little plug right there with a socket with the little ribbon connector goes into. Okay, and obviously the contacts are on the bottom right there, so it goes in only one way. All right, so I'm just gonna remove that for right now. The Wi-Fi module that actually sticks kind of up like, and I don't want to break that while I'm turning the TV back and forth on its back. Be on the safe side. When I unscrew that, I'm just gonna actually put some tape on it. Right? If I wanted to take all the way off. The only thing I like about taking these Wi-Fi modules off is because these are antenna things. They're kind of hard to get back on sometimes. And so I'm just gonna put it right there and put a piece of tape over it. All right, just so better safe than sorry, right? Just to tape it, keep it secure to the board. There's some screws right here. Here, okay. Here. And here on the other end, there's some silver screws, and along the edge, there are some screws also, which you probably can't see because they are black. And it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, they are. And on this side, so what I'm gonna do is take all of these screws out. That looks like a #1 Phillips. I'm gonna turn the TV on its back first, remove all those screws, okay, and hopefully the bezel will lift straight up. Okay, so I've gotten all the screws out from around the outer bezel, and just double check them because the screws are black. They're probably easy to miss once you're going around pulling all the screws out. And the screws on the bottom are silver. Okay. The one, and there is also a silver one up underneath this housing for standby light and an infrared detector on. Whoa, okay, pretty easy. Yeah, so it is kind of taped, as you can see right here. Some sticky stuff right here, so just kind of wiggle it, and there we go. Got some tape right here. Come on. This is crazy. Alright. Being careful with those driver tabs. Okay, on the end of the screen. At least look all loose. Okay. So I'm gonna grab my screen. Those come out with it. Okay. And you definitely do not want to bend or damage those tabs on the end because you will get lines and stuff in there. That's the right side. Okay. And we just mark these holes because it looks like there's a lot more holes than what is actually a screw in. Just 3 screws. I guess I should have took these brackets off, but for right now, I just want to see what we got. I can always pull the TV back and take those off. Okay. You definitely don't want to turn the TV around while the outer bezel is out, because the screen is going to fall out and you're going to crack the screen. This silver grounding tape is what's holding this bracket. Got some here. Anything to make this stuff any difficult than what it needs to be, right? That's how they do this. There we go. Okay. And just get this other side. I'm probably still gonna have to end up removing these brackets anyway. We'll see how much support I have when the TV is on its back. That's why I wanted to leave it on here for right now. Got a piece here. This is crazy, bro. I can just grab that and pull this. There we go. Loose. This one's still on here. That piece is still on there. Get another big piece right here. You know, I watched some videos on pulling this TV apart, and they'll never show you They never show you the hard stuff. They all try to make it look easy. That's why you got your boy Big Dog here today. If this is the only part that's difficult, I'm not even gonna trip, right? It's not difficult. It's just time consuming. A lot of people have been leaving me comments in my videos saying, oh, that's too much work, I'll just buy a new one. It's not really, because you think about it, you think that's a lot of work. I used to work on cars, bro. And besides being a lot of work and physical, you get so effing dirty, right? It's crazy, bro. So this is way better, way better than working on a car. A new battery, and I tell you, man, it took me like 3 hours for a battery to get it out because it was covered with these brackets, and you couldn't just go in there and take the cables off, go behind and take the little mounting thing off and pull the battery out, because it had these bars over it. I had to remove some bars, some part of the front assembly was around the headlights. I had to remove all that, man, and it took me like, I'm not kidding, man, like 2-3 hours, because I was sitting there like, man, had to run back into the house to get different tools and stuff. So, piece of tape, that's it, bro. One piece of tape, and we're all clear. That's it. Easy peasy. Okay, not bad at all. All right. Let me see. There we go. Right out. Okay. Beautiful. Just grab both sides. Kind of put it on an angle to clear this piece right here. And then once it's cleared, straight up. Being very careful. Voila! I was just looking at the edges just to make sure that when I put it back, I see where the boundaries are at, okay? Right in this notch right here and this notch right here, okay? And at the bottom, should be the same flavor. Got some tape holding the screen down. No big deal, looks like it comes right up. So most likely, because I can see that the screen, this little notch sticking up right here. All right, right here. And the screen goes inside of that notch and the side of that notch on the side, okay? So let's take this piece off right here. And as you can see, I still got notches right here where I see where the screen goes on the inside of these notches. The hard part is over with. Well, not the hard part, but the most critical part of doing these TVs. We got some more screens right here. Got to remove these brackets that are holding in our diffuser screens, okay? This is where it shines the light evenly across the TV. Are overlapping the top and bottom piece right here on the edge. So obviously the side pieces will come off first. And it looks like these just clip right off. Probably use our fingernails maybe. Let me see. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. Because look, the top piece even has, let me pull this off first. It's actually some screws that I forgot to take out or that I overlooked. Right here, screw right there, as you can see behind this paper. And there's also one right here. Okay, you can see that or not. I gotta check all of it right there. Right there. Okay, so we just pull these off. Okay, and voila, comes right off. Mark this corner with my marker, just so I know that this and this piece go together. I'm also gonna put a little slight mark on the screen and on the chassis. There's a notch here. Okay, so the side pieces go over that. So obviously the side pieces do come off first. Find these hidden screws in the middle. And yeah, one overlaps the other one. Okay, I'm just gonna mark those on the side. Might be four. There's three here and there's one thick one. Okay, I'm just gonna keep all of these together. And they only go on one way as long as they're together. And stack them up against the wall, lay them on the couch or whatever. Keep them all together. I'm gonna mark this paper right here. Okay, I'm pretty sure it goes on one way. This TV is probably going to make a fool out of me. Hopefully not. Because I'm thinking that there are some LEDs that are shorted, and that's why that we're getting the 6 blink code. So I'm sure the gray wire was, if I remember correctly, was the LED plus. Put my plus in that one. And minus in the other one. And these are all lighting up. Wow. Okay. Well, since I got the part, nothing to do but change them out anyway. I'm just gonna turn my current all the way down. Let me see. And try this again. They're all lit up. I'll turn my current up. They're all lit up at 130. So that is weird. Brand new strips, okay? And just to make sure, because this is really weird, I'm just gonna pull these white tabs up, okay? And these little pieces right here just stick up in there to keep them locked down. Well, that should just come right up. See, that comes right up also. I can pull these out from the back of the TV. But I'm gonna do this part first. Get this out of the way. I'd rather do it that way because I don't like cutting. I've seen some videos where they actually cut the paper, which to me is even more work. You gotta sit there and cut and you get a chance to cut yourself. And then you got a chance if there's any like big empty splotches or cuts in the paper, you can see that once the TV is put back together and the TV is on. You will see like a shadow in the background. So you just squeeze them, and they fall right out. Squeeze them, they don't fall. Push it in, squeeze it, push it in, squeeze it, push it in. I'm gonna release these. Pull those out, okay. Those tabs that go into the LEDs, make sure those are all in there, keeping those LEDs close and tight to the metal frame. So obviously this is overlapping, and of course they got glue on it, right? There's one side. Put these in front of my diffuser screen so I won't forget to put this back on. Put this back in my power supply. And what am I missing? Okay. And I want to actually grab my light. Put that in there. Okay. And I'm going to plug it in. I just want to see if the LEDs even flash, right? So let's see. Where's power? Right down here. LED is green. Ah, they flashed. I just seen it. I just seen it. I'm gonna hit power. Light turns green. Look at the LEDs. They are actually flashing. You see that? So they are flashing. And then my light is, they're going to turn red. 6 blinks. 4, 5, 6. Okay. So that is the weirdest thing I have ever seen in my life. No joke. As far as the LEDs light up easily with the LED tester, but when I put, but when the TV stand is fired up, it's something wrong there. I don't know what could be wrong. I'm going to pull these strips off one at a time, And I'm going to mark with a red mark. Matter of fact, let's do it with a green mark. The ones that, if the TV starts working, after I replace them one at a time, I'm just going to put a red one on there. Okay. That way you guys can know. Mark the corners here so I know where it starts. Wait a minute now. Okay, there we go. What could be the problem is I see that there is a diode, or let me get my glass. There is a diode. Look at zoom in with my camera and see. Probably better. Let me see here. Right here at the plug. Right here. That looks like a diode. Okay, let me get my X-ray glasses, right? And let me just see. There's got to be a diode. And I can almost bet that one of these diodes is probably leaky. 0.7 volts one way, and the other way it is infinite. Okay, all right, 0.7 volts one way, when the other way is infinite. 0.7 volts on that one. That one is okay. Same reading, I mean. I see it. That's the problem. One is missing. It must have fell off. Oh, wow, that's crazy, bro. That is insane. Let me show you 1 second. I gotta take a break now. Hold on 1 second. Okay, there actually is a diode missing off of one of these strips. Okay, so I'm gonna go to this one right here, the bottom one. Okay, where am I at? Right here. Okay, as you can see, we have our diode here. Okay, there's actually one on every strip. There's one there, okay. But if I go up, there's one there, okay. That one is actually missing, right there. That one is actually missing. So obviously it fell off. Some arc looks, I don't know why it's brown around here. It looks like it's no, that's probably just flux. Yep. But yeah. So that's crazy. So I guess they're using that diode as a safety precaution. I don't know. Before I get ahead of myself and say I'm gonna replace the LED, the diode on there and see what happens. I'm actually gonna replace just that strip. Okay, if these are different, I'm going to just replace the whole, both sides of that strip, right? And we'll see what happens. Okay, that's a B-side strip. All right, so I checked the other ones. The diodes are on all of the other strips. So I'm just gonna pull, as long as I got a new B-side strip, and the new strips do not use a diode. All right, so let me just, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull this apart first, and then I'm gonna check it with my LED tester. Okay, let's see if we get the same amount of voltage and current on both of these strips. Lights up, 72 milliamps, 14 volts, 14.1. Okay, all the strips are lit up. All right, let's go to this one. Same thing. Okay. All right. And let me see if this end is the same. I may end up replacing the whole strip. Okay, looks like the same end, right? All right, hit the power. Light is green. Oh, you know why? I don't have this one plugged in. Okay. That's why. Plug my strip back in, make sure the LEDs came on green. Okay, they did try to light up. Still not lighting up. Okay, so what I did this time, I'll just replace both strips, the whole strip, A side and B side. Okay, I'm gonna plug it in. Okay, my light's not green. I'm gonna hit the power. Light turns green. And we still got a flash. It is not coming on. I don't know what it's doing, to tell you the truth. So let me just even trying to get technical. But I am going to try a regular dial. I'm going to put it on there. I'm going to put it right here across these two test points, okay? It's much easier. As long as I make sure I got the anode and cathode right, okay? Because it's not going to hurt anything. The worst thing it's going to do is not come on. With the diode already on it, we're still on it, what I'm trying to say, okay? And obviously one way, if I go across those two test points, when the 0.7 volt voltage drop, okay, coming from that diode, and then on the new strip, okay, and I'm not going to get anything because it doesn't have that diode. So obviously it needs that, okay, and this is the one where the diode actually fell off, and of course nothing. Still in diode mode, so I should get, here we go, 0.5, and input it the other way. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna plug it in. Light turns green. Nope. Same thing. Just double checking and making sure that these other ones still have the diode on there. Okay. So let's just unplug it. Let me just change all of the strips. I got this funny feeling that that's not gonna work because those new strips don't have that safety diode on there. Okay, that's needed for the feedback to get the right exact voltage for it to stay on and not right, and not cut off the main board and make the main board go into the 6 bleed code. So, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to replace all the strips brand new, and we're going to see what happened. Okay, so what I did is I just unplugged the old strip. I put all the old strips back together, and I just unplugged the old strips and just put them in put the new strips back together, A and B side, right? And I just plugged it in the wire into the new strips. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? And make sure they're firmly connected in the middle, okay? So I haven't mounted them in yet, but I just want to do that. I just want to see if it's even going to come on, okay? Because I'm going to replace the one strip with the missing diode, put a diode on there, and either way it did not work. So I just replaced all the strips, maybe all the feet, I'm pretty sure everything probably has to be the same on the return line from each strip. Certain voltages, let me just see. I don't feel good about this one because I just seen a video with the guy who replaced his strips and oh, wait a minute. Okay. All right, guys. Okay. That's it. If you don't have the diode on the new strips, just replace all of them. Okay. And that's even better because we don't have to worry about, replacing one bad strip and then the diodes falling off of the other strips. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool. Excellent. Double check, make sure. Plug it back in. Green light should be coming back on. All right, buds, we are good. I'm gonna just remove the old strips, put the new strips where the old strips were at, and that should fucking do it. We should be in good shape, bro. You can probably just replace that diode, but like I said, it's probably better this way because you get to worry about the other strips, the diodes on the other strips falling off, right? Okay, so that's it. So I'm gonna put it back together. I'm gonna keep it on for another 5 or 10 minutes, but I'm pretty sure it's just fine. I'm gonna put it back together, and we are done with this one, bro. So just center, and luckily I had this marked, right? So just center the very bottom one, okay? Okay, they've got grooves in it, so everything should line up perfectly. Okay. Line that stuck on there. Okay. Just gonna line everything up. Double check, make sure all the notches are in the grooves of these outer screens. Make sure nothing's sticking up. Okay, maybe I was looking at that wrong. So yes, the top and both the bottom go on first. And what you want to do is double check, triple check, make sure all of these are, all sides are pushed in flush. And we can't forget that we have 2 screws . I don't know how we're gonna do this because it should be right here, covering those, but I may have to pull these off because I want to make sure that these are all the way in when I put the outer bezel on. Okay, otherwise the outer bezel will not go on there correctly. And then if it's overlapped, if I get some tape sticking out after I put the outer bezel on, I'm just gonna take a knife carefully and cut the ends. But of course the outer bezel is gonna come out a little bit this way anyway. All right, probably to about right here. All right, I want to make sure that those are good. Okay. Because I could take all these off, all these covers for these tabs, but I don't want to chance it. All right, excellent, excellent. All right, so that just proves that those 6 flashes are the LEDs. Oh, actually, it wasn't the LEDs, it was the strip. The little diode that fell off, and I could have found another replacement diode and put it on there, and or got one off another strip. But I'm still keeping those strips, like I said, just in case. But we have solved the problem of replacing all of the strips. Okay, you cannot replace just the one with the falling off diode because for some reason, I guess all the feedback voltages have to be the same off of each strip going to that one line. But subscribe. I'm trying to get my subscribers up to 50,000 by Christmas, New Year's of this year, 2023. I want to be at 50,000. And my people say my channel is underrated, and they say it's because I don't ask for I don't ask for subscribers at the beginning of my video. I do forget, but me personally, I would rather, if I watch somebody's video for the first time, I'm not gonna subscribe as soon as they, you know, in the first 2 minutes of the video. If the video is like, you know, 30 minutes long or whatever, I want to wait and see if it's even worth me subscribing. So I always mention that at the end of the video, okay? Because I don't want to put a gun to nobody's head and make them subscribe, right? But anyway, once again, guys, I will see you in the next one. Big Dog out.